What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is predictions for South Africa versus Australia in my hometown, Port Elizabeth. I will be at the game on Saturday to watch these two fantastic rugby nations fight it out. I've never watched Australia live. I've witnessed the All Blacks live at Port Elizabeth Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, where I watched them beat the All Blacks, and I hope to watch the Springboks beat the Wallabies as well. But it is going to be tough. So much to play for this weekend. South Africa coming off an outstanding win against the All Blacks. Australia coming off a loss against Argentina. So both games so close. Anyone could have won it at the end of the game, really. I mean, if the All Blacks had dropped goals, South Africa would have lost. If Israel Folau had done that final pass, Australia would have won. So many question marks to be asked. But what was amazing about both games is they were on the edge of your seat material. The Australian game and the Argentinian game was a little messy at times, but both teams showed the passion. But both teams obviously wanting to pick up a win, but Australia needing it because there's so much talk about the Aussies with Michael Cheika at the camp. It just doesn't seem like the happiest of places at the moment, whereas Argentina are looking good and on the rise. South Africa versus All Blacks was truly special, and because it was so close, a rivalry that has been so well respected to watch, and it was so good to see two close games. That was awesome, and four great sporting nations showing the passion and love they have for the game as well as the sport. You could see it in the disappointment when a team lost, you could see it in the emotion when a team won, and that just brings why this game of rugby is so awesome and why I love talking about it. I can never play the sport because I have dwarfism, but I can share my passion and knowledge of the game with you to the best of my ability. So let's get into it. South Africa have come off obviously a good time at the moment. They're training in PE. I got to meet a few of the players yesterday, which was absolutely awesome. But one thing I have noticed with the camp is it's happy, it's electric, it's on fire. The atmosphere within the Springbok squad really is high at the moment, and it's great. And South Africa have a fantastic record at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. We have not lost yet, which is remarkable in its own, because we've beaten the likes of the All Blacks, Ireland, England, and it truly was fantastic games, and they're going to want to continue that momentum going into this game on Saturday. However, we have a wounded Australian team that are wanting to prove the critics wrong. They're wanting to shut them down. They wanted to show Australia that they have the potential to achieve success, to achieve victory. We've seen it before. They beat South Africa in not the prettiest of games, but they still beat South Africa. And Australia have, like I've said before, the players to take them to the next level. They have the systems that are there. It's just a matter of executing them, concentrating, and unfortunately fitness is a key, and that seems to be the thing that Australia seemed to lose towards the end. Especially we saw it against the All Blacks, with the fitness level of the All Blacks going straight for it, and then unfortunately at the end they just couldn't capitalize. Argentinian game was messy. There were mistakes here and there where if they capitalized, they would have dominated and won. And the worst part was it's not even in Argentina, it was at home. There's a lot of improvements that they are going to need going into this big game, because, as I said, they're going to want to shut the critics up. Because what I've read is it's been harsh and the fans are upset. And they're going to want to lift the spirits of the Australian public up and give the Springboks a run for the money. Anything is possible. They can beat the Springboks in PE. They just need to focus, stay level-headed, and capitalize on the Springbok errors, and also don't make their errors, because the Springboks will then capitalize back and score tries or kick over points. And that brings me to the point of the weekend. Not sure if Bernard's going to start, But we know that number 12 for Australia can kick, and he did not too shabby the other day. In fact, scored a lot of the points. So if he can continue that momentum, it's great. There's talk of Andre Pollard going into 12 or into the centre position and maybe bringing in Elton Yankees for the game, which is not a bad move because it just gives the shot at two kickers. If Andre has a bad mode, then you've got Yankees, and vice versa. If Yankees isn't kicking well, you've got Pollard, and it seemed to gel. I mean, South Africa lost their two centres against the All Blacks. Pollard moved in, Yankees moved in, Creel moved into centre, and we got Colby on the wing. That seemed to work. It seemed to gel. And it will be exciting. Squad announcement is on Thursday, and I'm hoping that I could maybe be there for that, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But overall, Rassie needs to just think of the squad and use it wisely. You also don't want to go and experiment too much in this game because it's an important game. If a miracle happens and the Los Pumas beat the All Blacks, Springboks have a chance at winning it, and then Pretoria is a final, which is amazing to actually think if you think of it. But they need to be thinking that way. They need to be thinking, what's next? Second place in the Rugby Championship, cement the position, going on to building, getting higher in the Rugby World Cup rankings, proving our critics wrong and our haters wrong, because there are quite a few out there, and this team is showing potential. This team is showing courage, heart, passion, and if they can continue this into the big game this weekend, they can definitely beat the the Wallabies. But they need to both teams need to be level-headed, calm, and concentrate. This game is going to go down to the wire in that first half. Both teams are going to come out hitting, and whoever ends the half in the lead and with the most confidence will probably win the game, because we've seen both teams lose it at the end. We've seen both teams tire. We've seen both teams make errors that aren't good. But we've also seen both teams shine in those exact moments of the second half. So much importance in the level of concentration for these players and the level of how they are confidence-wise, mentally, physically. Because if they're not fit, if they're not ready for this game, both teams are going to capitalize. We have two coaches, one who wants to continue taking this a team to the next level. We got another coach who wants to prove critics wrong, who wants to bring his team up from where they are. Now, I'm not saying Australia is in the worst position in the world, but the general feeling I'm getting from people who are commenting on videos and all that stuff is Michael Cheika is a question mark. The systems that he holds in place is a question mark. But to get rid of your coach right now, when he's had the experience with the team, is that a smart move? Yes or no? I'm 50-50 on it. Look at Argentina, for example. They literally just got new coach in at the start of the championship, and he seems to be doing wonders, so maybe it's a thought. But if Australia lose on Saturday and they lose in Argentina next week, then I think there's going to be big problems coming, or something's going to have to happen to get this team back. Because like I said, and I'll say it again, they are fantastic players. They have the potential to do well. I mean, Will Kinneal, Kurtley Beale, David Pocock, Michael Hooper, all those fantastic players, Falau. They've got a team. They just need to gel and focus. And same goes for the Springboks. I have so much time for this team that's there. Some players I questioned at the start, but then against the All Blacks they started to prove me wrong, and that's all I want from a Springbok team. Prove me wrong. If I criticize them, prove me wrong, but also prove me right when I give them credit, and that's what I've been seeing. Deanti, mark my words guys, I've had the pleasure of meeting him yesterday. He is going to be the next big thing in South African wings. I really, really believe that. And got to meet our Snyman. That man's a giant. If you check on my social media channels, follow me on Instagram and all that stuff, I swear to you, I'm just taller than his knee. That's how tall he is and how short I am. But amazing experience. But why are you here? For the predictions. And the predictions is, I am going Springboks to win this game by 7 points or more. I just think the momentum's with them. I think the home advantage is with them. The crowd, the passion. It's going to be electric. Nelson Mandela Bay is sold out. That stadium, it echoes around, and the noise and the vibe stays in. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. It is amazing, and it's going to be an incredible game. But I just think towards the end, the Springboks are going to take it and get the confidence level. They're going to be on a high. They just beat the All Blacks. They're going to be on a high from that. But don't get me wrong, and I'm not being arrogant or anything, but don't count out the Australians. Because yes, South Africa's on a high, but they can fail. They can make mistakes. They can struggle under pressure. But if they take the confidence that they took against the All Blacks, they can do it. And remember, I'm not saying they beat the All Blacks, oh, they're the best team in the world. I've never ever said that. But they still beat them. They still defended them. They still capitalized on errors made by the All Blacks, which led them to victory. If they take that into this game this weekend, they will beat the Wallabies. But Wallabies can do the exact same thing in reverse. If they capitalize on their errors, capitalize on the Springboks errors, and focus on what's important, and get their fitness levels up. Because if they play the game together, they can do it. But they need to play as a team. Israel Folau, you need to play as a team. So that's going to do it for the predictions. South Africa by 7 or more points in Port Elizabeth. I will be there. Look out for me on TV. If you are going to the game and you're from South Africa or even Australia, look me up. I will be around. Follow me on social media. Connect with me. I will try and respond to whoever contacts me. But let's make a little meet-up. Springboks, make me proud this weekend. I am 100% behind you. Australia, good luck. May the best team win. We know the potential that you can offer. We know that you have the capability of winning. But unfortunately, I think the Boks are going to win this game. So, may the best team win. I hope it's a cracking game. I hope it's hard, physical rugby with so many tackles. Good tackles too, but so many tackles, so many tries. Actually, less tackles because we did too many tackles against the All Blacks. But I want to see tries from both teams, and I want to see strength, passion, and heart. That's all I want, because I want to be showing the heart and passion at that game. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you can keep up to date with all future uploads. Tomorrow, Argentina versus New Zealand predictions coming out, so make sure you subscribe for that, and I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. Have a great week further, and enjoy the rugby. Rugby Championship is back, and it's gonna be awesome. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.